mounting pressure for the Justice Department to investigate the Kansas City Police Department, including from Team ROC, the social justice arm of rap mogul Jay-Z's entertainment company. Team ROC sued the Kansas City Police Department last year to obtain records it says show evidence of systematic police misconduct and discrimination spanning decades.
Jay-Z's Team ROC takes a stand. The battle for justice intensifies as they sue the Kansas City Police Department and local government. Uncover the shocking details behind this legal showdown. What happened? Jay-Z's philanthropic and social justice division of Roc Nation, Team ROC, has filed a lawsuit against the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department, and the city's government for what they say is stonewalling their investigation into wrongful convictions in the county. In documents filed on Tuesday, November 19th, Team ROC asserts that the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department, KCKPD, has failed to comply with a public records request made under the Kansas Open Records Act in November 2023. The group claims that the department has withheld documents pertaining to allegations of abuse and misconduct by officers, despite paying $2,200 in fees for access. Of the 225 documents provided, Team ROC alleges that most of them consist of unrelated materials, such as personnel and training records. The lawsuit reads, Kansas City residents have suffered enormously as a result of KCKPD abuses. Some have been framed for crimes they did not commit. Some have been coerced into providing false testimony. Some have been sexually assaulted. Some have endured brutal beatings. And some have even been killed. Rather than promoting a culture of transparency and accountability, the KCKPD has a long history of turning a blind eye to, at best, and even covering up, if not worse, abusive and/or corrupt conduct by its officers. The lawsuit highlights a pattern of alleged misconduct within the KCKPD, including accusations of framing individuals, coercing false testimony, sexual assault, brutal violence, and even killings. Team ROC argues the department has fostered a culture of secrecy and cover-ups instead of accountability and transparency. When good faith efforts are met with bad faith tactics, the fight for transparency continues in court. Truth deserves no less. The people of Kansas City, Kansas, deserve no less. Team ROC wrote on their Instagram account when announcing the filing. Team ROC's efforts to gain information about the department's alleged misconduct date all the way back to 2021, when they sued the KCKPD for access to records that would shed light on complaints filed against members of KCKPD's investigative division, including documents related to the training and supervision of officers. Team ROC attorney Alex Spiro said at the time that Kansas City Police provided some information through the Kansas Open Records Act, but the documents were not sufficient. Because of the Kansas Public Records Act that allows interested parties to look at various states and government documents, we're allowed to see certain files and how the government handled certain issues, he said. The government has attempted to block our access to those files, and so we're suing to see what they don't want us to see. In other news, Jay-Z has been a target of criticism by none other than Dame Dash. Moving on, Dame Dash versus Jay-Z. Dame Dash has taken a sharp jab at Jay-Z after the auction of his 1/3 stake in Rockefeller Records failed to meet expectations. Speaking candidly on his America New network, Dash expressed frustration and disappointment after his share in the iconic label was sold to New York State for just $1 million, a far cry from the sum he had hoped for. Dash used the lackluster auction results to question the true impact of his former business partner, Jay-Z, on the industry. What this really taught me was that, in the world, homie isn't as big as he portrays, he remarked. Reflecting on the absence of significant bidders, he added, I thought more people would be interested in buying it. I thought people would at least show up. No one even showed up. Jay didn't even make a bid. He didn't think it was worth $3 million. A billionaire, supposedly. A judge declined to settle the copyright dispute ahead of the auction, stating he lacked the legal authority to make a ruling on such matters. With the auction now concluded, the fate of Dash's stake and the legal questions surrounding reasonable doubt remains a contentious issue in the ongoing saga. Moreover, Dame Dash has continued to criticize Jay-Z by claiming his former business partner was a terrible marketer when they were running Rockefeller Records. In an interview with former Rockefeller A&R big face Gary on his America New Network, Dash downplayed Hov's lauded businessman qualities by saying, Jay-Z was a terrible marketer. He's the worst marketer of all time. Do you remember any Rockefeller artist when they had a new record of Homeboy jumping on their first single? He then asked Gary, who responded by claiming that he once confronted Jigga about not blessing his signees with a guest verse. Dame used to be like, Yo, G, this don't make no sense. He's one of the owners of Rockefeller Records. He refuses to go on records with his artist. And I used to say, Yo, Jay, what the hell, bro? He said, Yo, I'm an artist too. Y'all forget that? I said, but Jay, if you got a hit, you're gonna make more money. He never wanted to do records with no other artists. Dame interjected, You said it right. You validated my point. On the flip side, the Harlem-bred mogul praised the marketing skills of former rock representatives, Kanye West and Cameron, saying, The ones that were a little more proactive helping out their crew were the ones that, to me, were the best at marketing. Dame Dash previously accused Jay-Z of shady business practices during their time together at Rockefeller. Make another Hov? Why the fuck would I make another Hov? He asked rhetorically in a video posted online in January, referencing Jay's lyrical jab on his 2006 track, Lost Ones. He was double dipping. We were paying him highly as an artist, and he was double dipping from the company. And it didn't make me a lot of money. He did not generate $100 million a year for me. I don't want to make another Hov. I did make a Kanye, a Cameron. And, you know, after you do that, I don't have to do anything else. But what I did do was the next year I started another company called Rachel Roy, and it generated over $100 million a year. So I didn't make another Hov. I made another $100 million company. As said before, the former business partners are currently embroiled in a legal battle over Rockefeller Inc. and its ownership of Jay-Z's classic album, Reasonable Doubt. In an Instagram video addressing the dispute, Dame accused his longtime rival of poisoning the environment for the auction.